Making games costs time, a lot of time. My game that I'm currently working on, called A Discolored World, is almost 2 months in development and we still have not made a single level. Only test levels, because we wanted to playtest everything before we make a level in the final game. But what if you had to make a game in under 2 weeks? It's gonna be difficult, but I mean, it's 2 weeks. I probably have enough time.
Time, Dr. Noah? Do you really think you have enough time?
The game jam I participated in was a 2-week-long Notice Me game jam hosted by GameMaker itself. It had really big prizes and 2 weeks of time, so I joined the game jam. I asked Luca if he wanted to help with the game, and he did. The game jam started and the theme was "The night changes everything." But we did not have any ideas for the first week. But then I decided, what if we just make a platformer where you can change time? And by changing time, you got flipped upside down. The gravity was lower and other things could happen as well. The same day I got the idea, I started up GameMaker and tried making the first prototype of the game. It saved so much time because it was a platformer and A Discolored World is also a platformer. So I used the movement code of that game for this game. I also did the same for the menu and the camera. Now we got a little cube able to move around and a main menu screen. So it was time to work on the day and night switching. It was not very hard to make, so that was nice. And after about half an hour I got the day and night switching working. Luca also made a main character and a background at this time. Then I asked Tel and Bella if they also wanted to help making this game and they said okay. Later they also made a lot of things in the game. Later I made animations for the main character and now it was time to make the tutorial area. I made some signs that you could read, but I did not want to import the complex text system for A Discolored World, so I made a simpler text system. Now this was the biggest mistake I have made in this game jam, and later you will know why. Then Tel made a dummy for the game, and now you can talk to the dummy. If you talk to the dummy, it learns you how you can attack, and if you hit him too much, he may just get mad. I don't know, I just heard that from some random guy. With the tutorial area done, it was time for the main game. It was simple, just make a new room and make that work in the main menu. But you know the text thing I talked about earlier? Yeah, that was a problem. Wow. I found a bug. This isn't correct. No. What is this? GameMaker did not know that the room existed. So if you make a new room in GameMaker, it just does not care and stops working. So I had to load up an old backup of the game and import everything back except for the text system. So I made a text system based on the one of A Discolored World. And I even made the text box myself. The text box turned out better than I expected because I'm trash at pixel art. We had a few days left before the game jam ended. And the main game was not even made. So it was time to speedrun making the levels. Our plan was to make 4 levels and 1 final boss level. But we had to cut the 4th level because of time issues. Luca also helped me make some of the levels and he knows a lot about level design because of some reasons. Tal also helped with level design and made some level ideas. So in about 1 hour we finished the first level. The first level is a sort of introduction level, but it's not a tutorial. In this level you learn about the switching between day and night and the differences between day and night. You also do some basic platforming over platforms and spikes. And that was the first level. In the second level you started right here. And you have to jump on this platform right here. Then you have this section with the spikes that you have to avoid. After that you come right here. And you have to go up here. When you're on the platform, you have to jump down here. That's one of the most scary jumps in the game. Because when you change time, you carry momentum with you. Then you have to go up there, do some jumps over elevated spikes, and that was level 2. Now time for level 3. You start off in this closed off area, where you have to avoid the spikes again. When that's done, you have to climb
The stair of death.
with some spikes on the sides. Then you have to jump up and climb back down. When you've done that, you have to just do some basic platforming over spikes. Then you have to do some tricky jumps. And from now on, I've upped the scale of the level real bad, so now everything's a lot bigger. Then you have to do just jump, and now it's boss time. The boss idea was made by Tal. He made this demon. This is the Joost of When Time Collides. Dan Bella just made some concept art and a really awesome pixel art version of it. Then it was time for me to actually make the boss. Fun fact, I've never made a boss battle before and we had just 2 days left to make it. Even worse, there are not that many tutorials on how to make a boss battle in GameMaker. So I did it myself. And I know it's a bit trash, but I don't care. The boss can cycle between a few things like moving, attacking, having a shield. You can just defeat the boss by attacking the normal way, just like the dummy fought you. But after some time, you may have noticed that the boss can only attack when it's day. That's because if it's night, the fireball doesn't go towards you, but instead goes towards the boss. After the boss was done, I made a little cutscene for the boss. It's nothing special, it's just a camera focusing on the boss and just some text. But it's pretty decent. Then it was time to make the credits and fix some things in the main game. I also made the main menu background random every time you start up the game. The game was nearly done, but we didn't have music in the game. And a game without music is pretty boring. I have not made that much music in my life, but I did make this song for A Discolored World. I don't know if it will go into the final game, but I think it sounds pretty decent. When it comes to music, it takes a long time for me to make, so I did not make the music for this game. But Belle did. I think the music is pretty good for the game. Take a listen. So now that the game was done, it was time to upload to GXC. I'm sorry that it's only on GXC, but with the free version of GameMaker you can only export to GXC. But I'm gonna buy the full version of GameMaker soon, so it will probably be on itch.io in about a month or something. If you would like to play the game for yourself, just click the link in the description. And if you have feedback for this game, be sure to let me know, because I may make this a full game in the future. With that said, thank you all so much for watching, and if you want more content like this, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. Also share this with all of your friends for the next 5 minutes. Joost got a new demon joining him, so you better have some respect for those two.